Guys, so I'm going to do another tutorial today for my good buddy Claire. She's having a little bit of trouble doing the chrome powder. So I told her I would go ahead and make her a video tutorial again on how to do it. So these are the items that I've used to get a good chrome. So this is just the chrome powder from Born Pretty store. It's not much. It's cheap, fairly cheap. Just a regular eyeshadow applicator. It comes with the powder. Okay, you're going to want to paint your nails a color. The only color I've tried so far is black, and I do know it works over other ones. I just have only used it over black recently. And if I can get that picture, oh, I think I have it actually. I will insert it either around here or towards the end or something. Next, you're going to want, and it's fairly inexpensive, it's a nail foil glue. This one here I got from the Dollar Nail Art Shop, I believe. If I remember, I'll link it below. This one I got in a foil kit from Ciate, which this works just as fine if it's not. This one might not work so well. Let me check the other one that I have. It's kind of dried out. This one might be okay. This one looks like it's friggin' dried up. Okay, so the two Ciate ones are no good, but these are good. I have a couple of these. Well, I did have a couple, but I guess I have two over on my desk area. Okay, so whatever. If you order $25 off of the Dollar Nail Art Shop, you can get a lot of foils and stuff too. Some studs, I believe, some glitters, foils, but with every order or every so many foils, they send you one of these, and it's just a regular, and it, and it smells like glue. And it looks like watered down glue. I've not tried to do my own, so I don't know. Next, what you're going to want is a water base top coat. This is a base coat from NFUO, but it works great. And then you're going to want your top coat. Okay, so after your nails are freshly painted, what you're going to do, and I'm going to use this one here and this one because I'm going to do a comparison of top coats. What's going to happen if you just use a normal top coat. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the brush and you're going to wipe off a good amount of product, and then you're going to swipe it on, and it is going to be this blue color. Okay, so it kind of gives your nail a blue sheen. And you're going to put it on nice and smooth, or as smooth as, you can. And then you're going to do the same thing with this one. And you want a nice even coat. Okay. So I don't know how to time lapse, so I'm going to pause, let them dry, and when they're dry, you'll be able to tell, and I'll show you once they're dry how you can tell. And I'll be back once they are dry. Okay, guys, so it's probably been about 3 minutes. You can speed it along by kind of like waving your hand or blowing it. I've even heard that if you put it under a UV light for a couple seconds, it also helps. So there is that. Okay. So now what I do is I tap the product down. Okay, and you open the lid carefully. And then normally what I do is I try, because I'm fucking cheap, so I try to save every last little bit. And by doing so, I put the nail over the lid like so. And then what I do is with the brush or the applicator, I go in and I just kind of tap. And I know I didn't use a new one, but there's not much there. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get closer here. And what I do then is I start from the base and I kind of just tap to get all that loose powder off of my applicator. Okay, for the most part, and then I rub gently. I mean, I'm using some firm pressure, but I'm doing it gently. Oops. Can't find the camera. Okay, and then you just take it and you smooth it out gently. And you can go back and forth. And I think because this is Born Pretty, it is good. But I think if you were to spend the money on some more expensive pigment, you might get that mirror shine that everybody's like lusting after these days. And all I did was kind of go back in off the lid and take some more. A little goes a very long way. And I mean, you can see here how hard I'm pushing. Like my nail wheel isn't bending all that much. So that's the amount of pressure I'm using. Okay. And they say the more you buff, the shinier it will get. I don't know. I've not spent 20 minutes buffing my nail there. But this is over black that has a blue on it because I was swatching. So I'm going to put the lid here and I'm going to go over the black, the straight black one. And I'm going to use this side so you could see how much, there's a little bit on there. But when I go in and tap it on, this is how much I'm using. Okay. And then lightly rub. I'm not worried about the edges because this is for demonstration purpose, not for looks. And you rub and you pat. And you can see I'm still patting product on. And then I'll go in the lid and I'll just pick up some extra that was on the lid that fell off when I patted. And you just buff. Pat a little more on from the lid and buff. I'm going to put the lid on. Because remember, cheap. And then what you want to do is take a brush. I'm just using a big art brush that's too big for anything. Oops, sorry guys. And brush off any excess off your fingers, from around the cuticle, because if you don't, what's going to happen is it's going to leave marks. It's going to do something to the finish. Okay. So next, what you want to do is, and that's why this water base is important. Right. You're going to put a layer of water base top coat, base coat, whatever it is, on your nail. Cap your tops. It's going to dull it just a little bit because it is a milky color. And then I'm going to put this quick dry on the one that we didn't do anything with. And then you can kind of see already how it makes it like a foil finish rather than a chrome finish, which is very pretty too because it looks like you have diamonds on your nails, but not the look we're going after. You can see, even though it's still hazy, the one we put the water base on did not get marred at all. I'm going to pause. I'm going to let it dry, because then what we're going to do is then we're going to top coat it. Okay, so it's dry. I'm going to top coat it. And you can see it is cracked. But I honestly think that cracking has to do with the base coat. I don't believe it has anything to do with application or the water base. I really think it might be an interaction with the glue. I didn't have it on my regular nails, so it could be an interaction with the color I put on, the blue, because it was that Canadian Star. But as far as this one goes, I don't believe you're going to get a mirror shine, a complete mirror shine. They say to use gel, and gel is supposed to be the way that it works the best. I don't want to use gel on my nails. Not that I don't or can't, I just don't want to. I'm also getting some haze because I think it's humid a little bit today. It's beautiful out, but I think it's a little on the humid side. Or that goes away, I think, when it dries. I don't remember. I think it might go away because as I'm like sitting here shaking it, it's kind of getting worse. So I think because of the air and the atmosphere, it's not cooperating very well with me today, which is like, of course, because I'm showing you a tutorial, right? So let's fuck the girl giving the tutorial. I'm going to let it go to let it dry a couple more minutes, and then I'll stop back in. Okay, so yeah, that haziness does go away when it dries. It's just an interaction with the base coat, or I mean the water base. But here's the difference. So you've got the water base and top coat, and then you've just got the top coat. So the top coat kind of particleizes the particles and kind of like separates them and gives them this really sparkly foil look, whereas this one with the water base and the top coat keeps it pretty much the same. Now as this dries just a little bit more, that haze will go away a little bit more. Again, it's a little bit of a weird weather type day. There's a lot of humidity in the air. You could see this one's kind of hazy too. And it shouldn't be hazy. It should just be clear. But it's just the weather. So that, my dear Claire, is how you apply the Chrome Pigment. I hope this helps you, just as the stamping did. Good thing is, Born Pretty is cheap with it. So, if you use up all of the stuff that you have, you can always buy more from Born Pretty and just wait 3 months to receive it. I have Hollow Pigment coming from Born Pretty. Hopefully it should be here within the next couple of days. So I'm very interested to see that. So again, I hope this helps, and I hope this helps anybody else having a little bit of struggles with the powder pigment. It's not perfect. As you can see, I mean, it might be a little bit more shinier down here than it is. But, you know, it's going to take a little bit of practice. You need the foil glue. You need the water-based top coat or base coat, whichever you find. Yeah, you need it. Anything that I have links for, I'll link below. Other than that, if you have any questions, please leave them down below. Seek me out on Instagram, and I'll do my best to answer what I can. I'm not a professional. This is just what I do to get the product to work on my own nails. Everybody else is different. So what works for me might not work for you. But I think if you take these steps, you'll get a pretty decent result. And again, I thank you for watching, and have a great day.